All right, welcome back to Alcat Games Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. I just did a whole intro bit and recap, and then realized I hadn't even started recording. So now I'm gonna have to do all of that over, and I'm gonna truncate it because I don't have the patience for that. So I'm Omar Krieg. This is the Krieg Dominion. Welcome. This is our second episode. I have named this episode "Be My Guiding Light," mostly because it deals with getting our navigator and the other things that we have to do in order to get our ship fully functional and able to be under our control. Basically, we have to go to each one of these places on the map that we see right now. We just did Rycab Majoris for a free 50 XP. You missed that, viewers of the video. Watching the stream, you didn't miss that, but digress. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go up here to Urac 5, which is where the navigator is. We'll scoop up Cassia and deal with the problems that are there. We'll come over to the Astropathic station after that and deal with that. Then we'll come down here to Rykad Philia, even though it doesn't say Rykad Philia on here yet. But it is. This is it. Oops. Oh, damn it. Okay, stand by. I have to get to this. Lord Captain, Astropathic Choir Master Zachary Weiss is asking to speak with you via a private channel. Greetings, your lordship. I can report that the choir is listening tirelessly to the Immaterium in the hope of picking up voices from the dynasties, ships, or worlds. However, we have heard something horrifying instead. Amid the Immaterium's tumult, something is screaming. This scream is driving your choir mad. Until it stops, we have no hope of contacting any of the dynasty's worlds. It is coming from the Rykad system's Astropathic station. I don't think we have been properly introduced. Indeed not, and we meet under lamentable circumstances. My name is Zachary Weiss, and I am proud to be the choir master of your ship's Astropathic choir. The duty I perform is to keep you in contact with the Expanse via Astropathic messages sent through the warp by trained psychers. What is the nature of this scream? We do not know, your lordship, but it has brought the Immaterium to a boil. It has always been a violent, roaring ocean that could spell doom to any who would consider stepping into its waters. Now, however, it has become a cradle of madness where expelled images fuse together, twisting and cackling before crashing into the minds of all who perceive it. A mighty warp storm, the likes of which I cannot recall, rages in the Empyrean and fills me with terror. If the scream stops, will we be able to contact someone? I humbly hope so, your lordship. Perhaps we will manage to send a call for aid to the Valancius worlds or one of the dynasty's allies. We are going to pay a visit to that station. Thank you, your lordship. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, before I click on anything else and screw this up. Alright, so yes, we're going to do Urac 5, then the Astropathic station. Come down here, this is going to be Rykad Philia, even though it doesn't say that. We'll deal with whatever this unidentified void ship is, and then we'll go to Rykad Majoris for the big Lebowski, I can't say that. Alright, let's go to Urac 5 and go pick us up a, Ooh, excuse me. Lord Captain, reporting. The heralds of the Navis Nobilite continue to maintain Vox silence. Perhaps due to Urac 5 being off limits to visitors, we intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We have also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably, it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navis Nobility House requires aid and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmission. I am going to say, contact the station again. I will negotiate personally. Vox relays the cadent sound of grinding gears and clicking tumblers. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not reply even after an official greeting by a rogue trader and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. Order the auger crew to scan the station. Yes, Lord Captain. The officers from the auger crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We were able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. Not too much. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are the esteemed navigators heralds ignored? Order the crew to commence docking with the station. We will go on foot. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you will have to look out for the esteemed navigator's blind. Dock safely, and with God Emperor light your... And of course I'm taking my crew with me, such as it is at the moment.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
It was real brave to use the first weapon, prey weapon, at some friend. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. And because I find it utterly amusing, have Abelard do my speaking for me. Abelard, if you would be so kind. Before you stands his lordship, the rogue trader Liao von Valancius, heir to the greatest protectorate in the Koronus Expanse and bearer of the sacred warrant of trade. Allow me to point out that nobility custom requires the Lord Navigator to introduce himself first, but given the unusual circumstances on the station, his lordship, the rogue trader, is willing to turn a blind eye to your hostility, but just this one. In this case, I shall turn a blind eye to your unceremonious invasion, but just this once. Very well. Allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Philip Christoph August, keeper of this place. So, not arrived to offer support to the traders. This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Urok 5 is a holy sanctum for House Orcelio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. Pains me to say that you are not on the guest list. Which I'm going to reply with the... see. Provide me with a navigator, and I will immediately depart the station. I do not think that is possible. Urok 5 is an observation station. Do not sign contracts and do not provide navigators. We delve into the depths of infinity and chart the movements of warp storms, and besides, you have chosen an inopportune time for negotiations. I say, what is happening on the station? Where did all these corpses come from? Betrayal. A most banal thing in the life of the nobility, don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend Theodore Orcelio, the second keeper of Urok 5, and my... On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred the loyal servants of my men. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her prisoner. Greedy scum. I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkness of the void. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia, and are now torturing her upstairs while we idly chat down here. Help me rescue her, or be gone, but waste no more of my precious time. Now, I really want to kind of, like... surface layer, I know it seems odd, but... I'm just gonna attack. I don't like this guy. There's something about him. My sixth sense, my criminal nature, is speaking to me right now, saying he is not worthy of trust. Going to attack him. You invade the sacred dominion of the Navis Nobility and have the audacity to threaten me on my own station? You shall face your inglorious demise, scion of a great family. Guards! And it doesn't matter anymore. To arms!
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
Urge them!
I don't get this way is available. Heard. Why didn't I get any shirt? Any bit, whatever.
I
That's
won't
rude.
compromise my principles. I'll see to it personally. Who, if not me? Army of pain won't stop me.
Weather the storm. Rejoice in battle!
Yeah.
Faith without deeds is what will use my emperor. I'll do it.
And do it again.
I will not. Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. I must not falter.
It's a temporary setback.
Will endure.
She did always want to be a martyr.
My faith strengthens me.
Wow, she went down fast.
Just a minor setback.
That's a bit of a problem there.
A tactically sound approach. It will be done. I'd rather not. Victory is imminent. Ha-ha! Reduced to dust. It will be done. I took care of this one.
But of course,
Onward!
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen.
Oh, I missed. That's nice.
Follow my lead.
The
That
sun.
suffered worse.
Just need to tough it
Follow my
out.
lead.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed. It will be done.
anything else? Can I fall back now?
Weather the storm!
On it. I'll see to it.
Just a minor setback. I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I will do my duty. For von Valancius! At your beck and call, one fewer target. Indeed. An exemplary strike. Victory is imminent.
They who discern the future own the battlefield. Be gone.
It's as good as done. I'll make it happen. Who, if not me? Another enemy down.
34 damage. Nice shot. Alright, that fight did not go as well as I would have liked, but here we are.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treaties on Tactica Imperium.
I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a field of flowers was blossoming nearby. A
That's
child
permanent?
was saved from death. 1,000 heretics were burning alive, begging and sobbing and howling.
Yeah, strength of 35. Strength of 30. Okay. We do have some armor. That might have helped a girl out from getting... Oh. I also have this. I don't need fellowship specifically. It's... Do I? I'm not wearing anything. Put that on. I'm gonna give this hit chance and critical hit to Genta. Alright. Still twirl. I think he's. I'm gonna put him with. I think I'm gonna give Abelard something a little bit bigger, heavier, heftier. I don't remember what the plan is for him. Oh, he's gonna get a shield. That's what. Somewhere nearby soon, I pick up a shield that's for the game. Let's see. First, now we have to come up this way.
White. Bright, pure color. And it's all riddled with horrible veins that carry the poison of fear and pain throughout its body. Who are you? Why are you crying?
If the witch is talking about the enemies of humanity who set upon this abode of noble navigators, then our weapons will soon dispel their wicked misery.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Pretty sure when I go to this next item, start this. Cool.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Stand your ground!
I must not falter.
Follow my lead. Weapon at the ready. Break their morale! Stay vigilant.
Why did I not foresee this?
Faith without deeds is worthless. Strength is a prayer. I'll do it.
Was that you? Or...
You might hear my son. He's in his room.
Will do. Well.
Follow
He might
my
get a little
lead.
animated as well.
My faith strengthens me. Follow my lead.
Moving out.
Don't let your guard down. On it. I'll make it happen.
Yeah. Didn't kill the one I wanted to kill, but whatever.
It will be done. I took care of this one. At your beck and call.
Weapon at the ready.
My ears are ringing.
Break their morale.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
And he's taking a lot of hits and doing 0 damage. I love it. We need to get over.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
High momentum.
But of course. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
I just love it when they just take headshots and just crumble.
Will do.
Stay vigilant.
Onward.
I've suffered worse.
It's as good as done. I'll see to it personally. On it. I'll make it happen.
My place is at the fore. Indeed. Someone else can do this. It will be done. Reduced to dust! Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
He just murdered like 3 people. No, he had 2. He killed 2. That's the thing I love about when you get the warrior heroic moment, or heroic whatever it is, daring breach. It restores all their action points and movement points, and just and then they have no limited on melee attacks. It's only based on however many, I guess, action points or whatever. So it's pretty badass. The only thing that's even more entertaining is when you send the Bella, the
Just a minor
blood cult
setback.
chick, just dancing all across the friggin' board.
Guided by faith.
Oh, I did not mean to hit that right there.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it.
7%.
Was that you? Or anything else? Farewell.
Another fight, we win. Yay! Okay, there's some goods around here.
Cast your eye there.
Ripper auto. More importantly, it's a frag grenade.
I know how to take risks.
Search. I'm gonna get these over here on the left side of the map from our current view. I'm gonna get them later. Not that I'm like doing a speed runner.
Let us not dawdle.
It's not dawdle and immediately stops at an open doorway waiting for
The Emperor favors me today.
her to show up.
Damn warp. If we'd been in real space, I'd have...
Nothing matters more.
I always get the job done. What do we have here?
I better myself through my service.
Just picturing, is this an insurrection?
I always have a backup plan.
So first, we have to wake up the cogitator, get a door opened, and then provide power to the elevator. Getting that door unlocked is going to lead us to where we have to refabricate a control rod that allows us to use the elevator not once it's. We could also do some other stuff like requesting data on the station's navigators. When we do that, we see that all of the station's navigators are dead except for this Theobald or Celio. And then we can examine the log, and there's a log that basically it tells what happened. And it was the guy that we killed when we first got here. Felek, I think his name was the the actual mastermind. When we learn this a little bit later too, here shortly. Spoiler. Didn't actually click on me. Let's see. All right, at Menoris, but we're not going to really get any response. Switch to main controls. Open all doors on the level. You have to go through this. That one was literally a trial by error. And even with as many times as I've done this little puzzle, I still forget which one it is. So I just click until I get this cutscene. And then lastly, we hit this last one here. Last two. That gives us, let's see, vid screen lights up with a smattering of unfamiliar green symbols, and you hear a peculiar click from somewhere behind you. It appears one of the doors in the chamber opened. Main elevator controls. Activate the elevator. Confirmed. Turn. Step away. Now we go keep doing
Is
what
there
we're
money
doing
to
over
be
here.
made?
Of course, we're always looking for loot. I think this yet to figure out what the purpose is. So you go in here and there's a bunch of dudes in here and one that's named Uwe. Oh, that's these are servants for the that name is gonna come up. It's gonna be more important here in a moment. In fact, let me see. He can't talk. Yes. Uwe. Remember that name. Remember that name. Uwe. More goods in here.
That's how it's done.
Long lads. Better than my well-maintained sniper. That's a good sign. Oops. Long lads, 14 to 20. So, I should keep that garbage sniper rifle. Come back out here. Go back out the main hallway because we've already taken everything.
Keep your wits about you.
What was that?
I always keep my options open.
Now, we could talk to these people if we wanted to, but frankly, I'm usually kind of not quite speed running it, but like I'm just trying to get in and get this stuff done. There's a lot here, and frankly, as someone who has to read all of this, I really don't feel like reading every little bit. But if you, in your playthrough, you want to do that, by all means. There's also some different things I think you can create. There's like a little mini crafting system going on here. I've never truly fully explored it. But we've got the control rod that we needed. We've got the
Let us not
power
dawdle.
set, or power turn back on for the elevator. So now we just have to go back to the first room we were in when we got to the station and hop on the elevator.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Pale figure with unnaturally long limbs covers her face with her hands, which are deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continually streams from her scarlet-misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her disheveled hair, twitch nervously at approach. Only now do I notice the third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. When your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. One of the options you could have had if you kept talking with Felix in the very beginning is you could have gotten a control device that helped dampen these effects that are... But that will become a little bit more apparent as the dialogue continues. After I yawn. Again. You are enveloped in despairing grief, and an invisible hand closes around my throat, cutting off my breath. My limbs seem to fill with lead, my heart hammers in my chest, and the desire to turn and flee from this room, from the station, almost gets the better of you. At the last moment, you master your emotions, and my will pushes back against the illusion, forcing it to retreat. Adira is losing her mind. Heresy, no. Let's see. Lady Cassia, I am here to help you. Please, calm yourself. Persuasion. It works. What is happening? Was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you, who are you? Liao von Valancius, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Pardon my manners, Liao. I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance in such a time of great sorrow for our house. What is this? I feel faint. Bump. Now we have Theobald, the only other living navigator here. The child, Lady Cassia, where are you? Sacred child, throne preserved. You. My eyes fail me, but they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I'm warning you, one wrong move will bring the wrath of House Horselio down upon your head! She's telling me that he's crazy. I'm just gonna be like, at present, I'm trying to determine what is happening on Urak Fund. Calm your shit, bro. I'm on your side. I'll grant that you do not look like pirates who have come coveting the riches of a wrecked station, or like scoundrels in Felix's service. Who are you? Liao von Valancius, rogue trader. Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy? How interesting. Your kind always make an appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. This guy really does not like me. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful, and so House Horselio now asks a service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer. Think on it. And make yourself an ally. Enemy of our house today, you decide. What is the curse that has taken a hold of everyone? True. Curse? You do not understand the sacred gift given to our child. When the child is sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh giddily. And if the child wants blood, the world turns crimson. The child's will is the will of the great Tisiphone. She is the heir of House Horselio. They call me dangerous with my... I cannot do a Jamaican accent, sorry. What service do you ask of me? Save the sacred child. Take her away from the station. I fear I do not have long to live. Save the child... Uh-oh. Put here. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Aronto, acting head of House Horselio in the Koronus Expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came here looking for a navigator, insert Jamaican accent here, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about this girl. Such a fragile thing, with such a heavy burden on her shoulders. I'm going to say, you talk as though you expect to die here. My service to the house is coming to an end. The wounds Felix inflicted on my flesh will never heal. I am dying. Praise the throne slowly enough to see that the child is taken care of. Let's see. I want to know. Nope. I have made my decision. Cassia shall come with me. End dialogue. Now Cassia wakes up from her little fainting spell.
Wake up, my mistress. My sacred child. It is all over now.
What happened? You. I remember you. Have you come to save us?
Child, Please, listen to me very carefully. One last time. You will now embark on a voyage with this lord to rejoin the house and its regent in the Koronus Expanse. I will not be able to accompany you on this journey.
No, not you too. Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze. You're coming with me. Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
Mistress, I fear this will be your only order that I dare to disobey. I am the keeper of Urak 5, and alas, I have less than a day left in me. Allow me to serve you one last time and honor my final duty to House Orselio. I will remain on the station and destroy the secrets it holds.
Oh, Theobald.
So, yeah, I had a thought, but I hadn't quite fully formed. So, I regret that we had to meet under such circumstances.
What need have I for your regrets? I
just want things to go back to the way they were before. What are you going to do to me?
I'm going to offer my protection and grant her shelter aboard my vessel.
Do not fear what is to come, child. You are ready to guide any...
You gotta deal with something here.
vessel. I know this because I taught you myself. And it is difficult to imagine more worthy company than a rogue trader. But remember, your safety is of paramount importance. Get to the Great Regent and fulfill your destiny.
I beg your pardon, but what about my servants? Urak 5 is still full of people loyal to House Orselio.
All who can be saved will be given succor.
As a Lady Navigator of House Orselio, I accept your gracious offer of protection. Please, take me to your vessel. I can no longer bear the pain of this place.
Okay, so we now have a new party member, our navigator. Okay, good. And we've leveled up, so I gotta do some leveling up here. Oh, let's see, this is level 5 plus 1, so that's level 6. Tide of Excellence. Ballistic skill. Tide of Excellence. Whenever the operative triggers an exploit, the operative gains +1 damage and +2 armor percent. +2% armor penetration. Only applies to the first strike or projectile and it stacks. So Tide of Excellence and Ballistic skill. Abelard, what do you get? 6. You get Haunting Screams and Ira. Even though I'm not keeping you for very long, you're level 6 now. What do you get? Tide of Excellence and just said these things. Argenta, what do you get? You get level 6 Ballistic skill and Rapid Fire. Lastly, Cassia, who is currently level 4. We're going to the Grand Strategist, so she's level 4, make 5, so Willpower and Math Time. Whenever an ally in combat gains an extra turn, the Navigator gains a stacking +5 bonus to will. Combat stacks up to 5 times or maximum. Willpower, Mastery of Time. Oh, she already had that. This is level 6, decisive response. Here. Whenever the officer uses the voice of command or bring it down for the first time, the ability costs 1 less AP. Decisive response and up. Let's see what she's got for gear. She has her staff and she has a pistol. Probably have a better pistol in here. 4 to 6. 6 to 8. It's not the same. We'll give her a sword. Oh, we need to give her some. Alright, 20%. Let's see, 20%. Let's see, 20%, 35. 15. That does 20. This does 20. Okay. Alright. I think we're all set. Let's go get out of here. Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first... And then the flashy bits, because we didn't use the... You decided not to make use of the term that could inhibit Essia or Celos. First, I wish to speak with the rogue trader. Leave us. Of course, when you are ready for the ritual, just let me know. What did you wish to speak to me about? I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped, but you acted honorably and did not exploit me in my wretched position. That immeasurably. I convinced her to depart of her own free will, as opposed to some of the other options, which included basically snatching her. I am also deeply grateful that you saved my servants, especially my valet, Uwe, served on the station for more than 5 years, much longer than any who preceded him. He knows how to properly attend to me during journeys through the Immaterium and serve me for breakfast. His presence envelops me in a cloak of amber. Now, I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. Require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. I'm not going to tell you why. I'll let you figure that out on your own. I'm also going to give her whatever she may need, so I shall ensure that all necessary supplies are delivered. Sanctum, I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. Ask that you do not follow me. Few can survive the gaze of my warp eye. Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge. May the Emperor's light help us all. Okay. Initiate a communion ritual. Come here, Uwe. The exultant ring of metal freed from its scabbard. The low sob of the servant. A rhythmic drip of liquid up. Faint whisper of the brook. Go. Footsteps hurrying away. I see violent vortexes lashing an ocean with a million flails, and umber shadows spinning over the surface in a fiery dance. Storm rising above foaming waters. Armadas drowning in fog. The path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother. And the sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit of her? No, of me. Its frozen rays lie that spring is here. The light is dead and the great ruler is gone! And then now the Voxmaster is disturbed and abruptly kills the communication. I'm just gonna leave it undisturbed. Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants in their sanctum navis are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain. Their throats raw from the strain. And then, sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaims their... It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's right, as it was for her predecessor. I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the sanctum navis after the ritual, or what's left of them. Rogue Trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two. My sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onward. The way is blocked. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely, even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need. Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Please spare a few moments of your time, as there are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I wish to report on the condition of the station, Urac 5. Had you opted to begin your visit at the Rockhead system with a different destination, the station could have become critically unstable. Fortunately, the decision to immediately visit the representatives of the Navis nobility bought us precious time. We can either focus our efforts on disassembling the station and procuring technological components for our own vessel, or attempt to save as many valuables as we can. So we now have actually two choices. Our first one is getting scrap or getting profit factor. I'm going with profit factor because currently we only have 10. Loot everything. As you command, Lord. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for an Engineer Prime. Both the vessel and its machine spirits are in desperate need of oversight by an experienced tech priest. We are also missing some crew. And much more importantly, we have not yet located Heinrich von Kalax, the right hand of the Lord Inquisitor. Now we know for certain that he was not on Urac 5, so we should keep this in mind. I have a moment to be snarky, and I'm going to be snarky. It's just going to be a longer paragraph. Why is it always business with you, Vigdis? Couldn't you sometimes just visit and tell me how wonderful everything is? Certainly, Lord Captain. If you are interested, this week passed with a record low rate of minor disturbances on the lower decks. A senior technomat from Shift 8 came up with a new formula for a lubricant used in kitchen servitor implant maintenance. The quartermaster of store compartment 11 reported recently that we are spending ceremonial decorations at least 20% slower than expected, which means we have enough tablecloths, carpets, and lamps to last us 15 years of grand receptions instead of 10, even considering that some of the stock was burned during the cultist attack on the vessel. Thank you, Victus. That will be all for now. I just find that amusing. Sorry. Alright, we did Urac 5. Now, let's go up here to the Astropathic Station and find out what this scream in the dark is all about. I guess we're not going to quite make it there just yet. Lord Captain, there is some commotion on the officer's deck. The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Ooh, excuse me. Perhaps you should find out what has brought Cassia to the deck. Or maybe we just let the Navigator be a Navigator. Gotta make it awkward, Vigdis.
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance. Oh, this.
Wow, I saw that she
I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing. Yurak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
The events that took place on Yurak 5 must have shaken you greatly. Are you well?
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
Your only attendant is your valet from Yurak 5. Do my servants not measure up to your standards?
No, it is not that at all, Lord Captain. It is just that Uwe is quite capable of carrying out his duties by himself. He is well accustomed to my whims and preferences.
No, I just passed a perception test. Cassia cringes ever so slightly, adjusts the adornment on her forehead, then awkwardly hides her clawed fingers in the folds of clothes. The unnatural appearance of navigators often becomes the topic of gossip among lowly servants and all. Like, it is unsurprising then that Cassia prefers the company of one who is used to how she looks. I hope that you have had ample time to calm yourself and your powers.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior and your question just now insulting.
Not bad.
Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying? You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I. I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
You have nothing to apologize for. Human emotions are natural, be they good or bad. Just as natural to share them with others.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Yurak 5. So why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here? At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls, and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but... My delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
Let's see. I would not dare to make fun of a lady's feelings, especially not captivated, since I first set eyes on her.
Words like that, Lord Captain, could easily be misconstrued. You should familiarize yourself with some of the works in your library to learn the appropriate manner of conversing with a lady.
I like that response. Sorry. Text message. Struggling to maintain an expression of polite indifference, Cassia covers her burning face and swiftly exits the room. Apparently leaves a book for me. How to Properly Flirt, I think, would be the title. It says, Secrets of Gallant Conduct. How to Express Your Feelings to a Noble Lady. Which we are not going to read. Because I don't care. It's just funny to have. Oh, man. onward to the astropathic relay station. Ah, yes. Okay. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Members of a sacred cult operating aboard this ship have requested an audience. They wish to present gifts, introduce themselves to their new captain. They call themselves the Bloodspun Web. The cult defends the flagship from both internal and external threats. Lady Theodora held them in high regard, looked favorably upon their activities. In that case, I am ready to receive them. Let's preparations at once. This is the entrance of Cabela.
The Undying Emperor commanded us to spin a web of blood around his children, and we obeyed. We obey still. Domin von Valancius, death has whispered your name. We disown Domin Theodora. We renounce our oath to her. And now we give the gift of our blood to you. It is the gift of death. Death has whispered your name. The followers of the tenets of the web swear fealty to their new overlord and offer proof of their devotion. We give you a blade, the silent verdict. The Undying One has chosen you to wield this instrument of death. We give you one of our own, Cabela. She will be your shield and shadow. And we give you the blood of these traitors. The tenets of the web will purify their souls.
So I have heard many stories about death cults such as this one. These devoted holy assassins of the Imperium have turned death to a form of worship of the. They are exemplar slayers, visible executioners, scourge of traitors, heretics, and souls. Many righteous people honor them as votaries of the faith, while others see their fearsome rituals as frenzied spectacles touched by demons. Interesting. So, a death cult watches over my crew, they who honor the Emperor, killing, who devote their every deed to serving him, sacred executioner.
The Domin has discerned our essence. This is a great honor for the blood-spun web. We have woven the bays of this ship together with the threads of our faith for many years. We keep the greatest relic, his tarot, through which he sends us his blessed revelations. We obey the whispers of the Undying One. This is our service to him. This is our service to you.
How interesting. Devout assassins who believe themselves to be instruments of a higher power. They revel in violence, and cannot tell the difference between bloodthirst and piety. They follow their faith blindly, unaware of how closely they tread to corruption and depravity. Look at them. They stand on the edge of a precipice. The smallest push will send them plummeting into the abyss. You could be their downfall. All you have to do is push.
So you may offer the souls of these traitors as a gift to him. You have the authority to order their execution. Their blood will bind us together through him. For the God Emperor, the Undying One is death itself. The Undying One is duty itself.
And only in death does say. Anyway,
Give the order, Domin. Let a spinner of the blood-spun web undergo the test of a sacred trial.
give weapons to the traitors. It's time for Cabela to prove herself.
A dagger that has not sliced through sinew is nothing more than a toy. Let the final dance begin.
Your Emperor won't save you!
I will be your end!
The Angel's blessing awaits!
So one of the really cool things is getting this ability right here, Death from Above, and this ability right here, Blade Dance. And just going back and forth between the two of them, especially when I get the Heroic Motion, or Heroic whatever, because then we have Death Waltz, which is basically Death Above, but we do it like 3 times. There's some random jumping around, and then later on, we get this ability where we basically backtrack all of our steps that we have made, and every time we land adjacent to another enemy, there's another attack. So it's just like an ungodly number of sword swings and whatnot. So it's just unbelievably silly how many attacks I can make if I time it all right. But let's get after this one.
Is a blessing. As the tenant's killing brings me no pleasure. Trust me. Welcome his embrace.
Death to the
I shall not. Come, the other side awaits. Trust me, caught by the web. The shadow killing brings me no pleasure, as the tenants stand. I shall not fail. Death is a blessing.
Oh, she's not gonna say her lines. Okay. Cut to the heart. Cut to the stomach. These wounds have been inflicted according to his pleasure. Blood of the apostates will wash away the stain of them, so that their souls may prostrate themselves before the undying throne and beg his forgiveness. I have acted with reverence and shown proof of my loyalty. Will you accept me, Domin Liao? Will you take me, shield and shadow? And then people are going to say one way or the other whether they like this idea or not, and then I'm going to choose, and I'm going to say, you will be my shadow. Henceforth, I am your shadow, an instrument of death placed in your... So it was ordained. So his tarot. I also come bearing an invitation from the Vizier of the Bloodspun. He wishes you to know doors to the Undying One's temple. Are you suggesting the Lord Captain should go down into the depths of his flagship to search for this temple? With all due respect, the lower decks are for servants and crew. They are not a fitting place for his lordship. Hush, Avalon. Where is your temple, Lord? I am not permitted to say. If you wish to find the temple, you must walk the path of Saint Ariane, the matriarch spider. Hers was the thread from the Bloodspun. Her path began deep in the flagship in the dark tunnels of the Great Line, and that is where yours must begin as well. This journey will bring you closer to the thread of the wind, closer to the animal, closer. And I am going to respond with, I will walk in the footsteps of the matriarch spider. The journey will begin in the darkness of the deepest tunnels. The Vizier awaits you. Your blade awaits direction, Dominly. We will speak again when... So I really do like her as a character to add to my... This is part of my my melee crew, which will of course include Abelard and Heinrichs von Kalox. Excuse me. Alright. Now we continue on still more to the astropathic station. The astropathic station is dead ahead of the void ship. It is motionless. There is lifeless silence across its Vox frequencies. Its lights are out. Even those who have no warp sensitivity can feel the presence of death. It is here, lurking in the shadows. All of this makes reading the reports of the ship's astropaths, who claim to be hearing an incessant ghostly howl emanating from the station, all the more disturbing. Contact the station by Vox. The station is not responding. Perhaps there is no one left who could respond. Deploy a scouting team. The enforcers offered their prayers and proceeded to enter the uncanny station. What they saw inside was monstrous. Astropaths upon their thrones, not quite here, not quite now, smudged, as it were, across time. Servants reliving their horrible deaths again and again, only to be reborn out of ashes and blood into more agony and later. The warp manifested itself here, twisting the very nature of existence. The main hall was covered in a crust of psychic ice. A green-robed blind old man sat motionless upon it. He was quite literally embedded in the ice, yet he was still alive, screaming. Send Zachary Weiss to the station with a squad of bodies. Choirmaster Weiss boarded the station in person and proceeded to the choir's hall. He stood silently for hours in front of a man frozen in ice, held a telepathic conversation with him. Then Master Weiss offered a prayer to the God Emperor, and the unfortunate man passed away. Upon returning to the ship, Weiss reverently presented the Lord Captain with a grim trophy, late Choirmaster's amulet, taken from his frozen body after the denial of nightmares, which is actually a pretty cool little item. Basically, it prevents horrors of the warp to any psyker wearing it. Let's see. The psychic shriek carrying across the immaterium has been silenced, but this has brought the crew no relief. A chilling realization came to the astropaths when they discovered that the cry was masking a different sound, one even more terrifying and surreal. It was the melody of a cataclysm born from a warp storm of titanic power, so intense that the entire expanse must be able to hear it. It muffles astropathic messages and crawls into psychers' minds, evoking everywhere the same image: a dark, gaping, beastly mouth cleaving the universe in two. Now that the mad choirmaster has finally stopped screaming, the song of the immaterium has reached the rogue trader's voice to order the station to be explored. A brief and chilling chronicle of the station's doom was found in the scribe's records. The warp disturbance of the monstrous proportions wiped out half of the choir at once, turning the astropaths into living portals through which torrents of the immaterium's energies poured out. Those who lasted longer bellowed and howled about a black rift that split the universe into before and after. Darkness that would devour the astronomical. Burn everything. Void torpedoes shatter the fragile station. One can only hope that the unfortunate souls captured by the warp have perished along. That settles that. Alright, let's come down here to Rykad Philia. We don't recognize it as that yet because we still need to scan it. Oh my god, there's another one. There's a lot of these interrupts as we work our way through this bit of the story. Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you. It's pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I think I hear Master Wersarian's voice. That's Abelard. In any case, I wanted to warn you in advance. This is not the conduct of an officer. These are the antics of a high-born brat out on a lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant. I apologize, sir, but I must speak to the Lord Captain. Very well, Lieutenant. You may address the Lord Captain, not least because I see you have already seen fit to disturb him. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence toward a higher-ranking officer will be logged on your personnel file without delay. Lord Captain, Lieutenant of Relevant, requesting permission to speak on a matter of extreme importance and urgency. You may speak, but I wanted to hear a report, not a shouting match. Having two officers bickering in full view of the bridge is unacceptable. I am sorry, Lord Captain. I thought that drastic times called for drastic measures. This matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks on orders to crush the workers' strike by any means necessary. But I am convinced that this step is unwarranted, and that this crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers. Abelard lets out a skeptical huff. Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Wersarian, and to intervene in what's happening on the lower decks, because very soon we will have a mutiny or a massacre on our hands. There's an insurrection in the making aboard my ship, and no one has informed me? I would not deem it... Let me switch to Abelard's voice here. I would not deem it a problem worthy of the rogue trader's attention. The lower decks, as it so happens, are in revolt. 30-some years ago, we even had a revolutionary leader rise up who dared to establish workers' rule across the entire ship. It took a month to restore order, but even 8 years later, we were still battling rumors that the hero had survived his execution and was on the verge of gathering people to fight against tyranny once more. Needless to say, rumors were baseless. As for the current situation, we have sufficient enforcers to deal with it. But on this ship, the word of the Lord Captain carries more weight than a salvo from 100 bolters. I'm sure that if the rogue trader addresses the malcontents directly, he will quell the unrest. I dread to think what problem you will disturb the rogue trader with next. Perhaps you will ask the Lord Captain to break up brawls in the mess room. I have already given you the means to resolve this problem. You simply need to use them. If I may, your lordship, sending a hit squad to crush the rebellion is a means of ignoring the problem, not solving it. Where did Seneschal Wersarian come in? I shall explain. I beg you to hurry. Time is running out. I love this part. I will not hurry. Since my competence is under scrutiny, I shall speak for as long as I see fit. There is an established order to the way things are done on this ship, and one of the pillars of that system is that the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is the Seneschal's role to ensure that I have always handled internal problems myself. So, of course, when I received information about cultists hiding on the lower decks, I took the matter in hand. So long as I live, not one of the vermin who murdered Theodore von Valancius will find refuge on her ship. You are far too heavy-handed, Seneschal Wersarian. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for entire sectors. It has driven the people to the brink. Now there is a strike on the lower decks, and Depot 4 to be precise. 3 worker clans are involved, but many more are passively supporting them. The situation could degenerate into an all-out insurrection, but when I reported my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force. My lord, I have to say to all this. I see no need to add anything. I acted within the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interests of your protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to confirm the rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objections. For my part, I urge the Lord Captain to go down to the lower decks, stop the assault unit, and speak directly to the people. You will see that they are not lying or harboring heretics. That way, you will stop the uprising before it begins. These two are just going back and forth, aren't they? I have heard enough. I will go down to the lower decks and deal with the problem personally. Haste the Emperor. Thank you, Lord Captain. An enterprise bordering on the sophomoric, but please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I categorically insist that I escort you. Lord Captain, I regret that the enforcers were unable to handle the situation, which then led to your and the Seneschal's involvement. Consider it my duty to go to Depot 4 myself and see the expedient resolution of this incident. I just realized with my camera face where it is, you guys can't really tell who it is I'm talking about. So, moving on, we won't have my names on this one. You know what, let's do that. Let's fix it. You can see the whole screen. You don't need to see my face, do you? Maybe when we first start and stuff. Alright, yeah, that last little bit was to cast a sour man for Master of Arms. Alright, so now we get to go down to the lower decks. Oh, we need to level up Cabela too. Do this first bit. I hope everybody's enjoying my voice readings. Ewy. Abelard reflexively wipes the sweat from his brow in a startlingly human gesture. And a telling one. A rare moment where he allows his age and weariness to show through his armor-like veneer of selfishness. The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret that we cannot replace all the locals with servitors. I have to say this one. Did you hear? They were shouting your name! Of course they were. The organization of the daily routine life of the ship rests upon my shoulders. The mountain of challenges and problems from which I endeavor to insulate you, Lord Captain. The situation on the lower decks has been a cause for concern, and I have intervened personally on more than one occasion. That must be why they remember. They do not know your face. To them you are akin to a creature of legend, one who has stood on the steps of the Golden Throne, no less. Whereas I am the man whose name is attached to every order, docking rations, or lowering a bait. Let's keep moving. We need to get to the bottom of this. Never mind that he just had a handful of dung or something. I gotta level up too, so give me just a moment. Level 2 rank, so we're starting. Dueling Master and skill. Then Blood Oath and Medic. Ability costs 8 wounds, targets a single enemy, something. Say. Let's see.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
I still do not see our purpose in coming here.
Relax, old man. Going for a stroll on the lower decks every once in a while is good for you. Lets you see how the simple folk live.
Sounds of a heated discussion reverberate through the ship's bays. Lieutenant Avril Vent on the ship's enforcers is barring the path of the superior Master at Arms, Augustus, who has arrived clad in armor. Judging by their expressions and tone, the standoff has dragged on for some time already and has now reached a boiling point. Lieutenant Vent, my patience is wearing thin. I've given you an order. Now get out of my way. I cannot comply with that order, ma'am. This is my deck in my sector. So long as this area remains under the Lord Captain's spectral oversight, no action can be taken without my express permission. There are only 3 people who are authorized to make me stand down. The first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. Not all of my lessons fall on deaf ears. Your Lordship! Let's see. I want to speak to the strikers. Abelard is making some funny faces. Right you are, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck. There's going to be a lot of raiding here. A dozen pairs of eyes stare apprehensively at you. The people before you are typical inhabitants of the lower decks. You take in their simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces that display varying levels of mutation, from the barely discernible to the strange to the outright grotesque. Lord Captain, you have come down to us. Tell me what is troubling... Oh, no. We were attacked on the way here. How do you explain that? Here's an explanation for you. People have been pushed to their limit, and now they're lashing out. As if we don't know why these top deck units are being sent down here. Like that one there with that the lieutenant won't let past. Our clans are all outside the bay that's been sealed off, but the lower decks are big. I'm sure there are some people who've had just about enough. We're getting it from all sides. The soldiers have encircled the ones who've risen up. A death squad has just arrived. It's no wonder folks are lashing out. Their words seem sincere to me. Their body language and their glances traded between them reveal that the news of the attack has shocked them. Tell me what is troubling you and why you are striking. Striking? That's news to us, your lordship. All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Shut up, Rivet. Here's the deal, your lordship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say they're looking for cultists, one wrong word, and they're reaching for the batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating the whole base for a week at a time. So we get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little ones died from inflammation in their lungs, all because of those enforcers. Argenta is getting irritated here because of the mention of children. It's all true. Vent is the only enforcer. Right, let's try it again. It's all true. Vent is the only enforcer officer who stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks, and who grew up amidships and has no fellow feeling toward us. Your lordship, we're no villains here. We're honest workers, your servants. We've plotted no disorder. We went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us. All we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace without being harassed. Abelard, have anything to add? I authorize the use of all necessary measures to locate Chaos Worshippers hiding in this sector. Specific steps taken by the officers were not reported to me. Nevertheless, certain that their actions were justified. Cultists are no drunken stevedores. They are the enemy, and a threat to the ship. Neutralizing them demands decisive action. Sauerback, was it really necessary to torture these people with the cold? Rival understands only one language, that of violence. As per regulation, should the laborers persist in their unwillingness to cooperate, the next step is limiting air supply and cutting off water, which is almost certain to restore order. The peasants can grumble all they want. In the end, they are the source of their own misery. What they have to do is bow their heads and fall in line, and the need for punitive measures will disappear. This is really... Persecution started apropos of nothing, you say? I was told one of you was found in possession of a cultist amulet. There are heretics hiding here. But cultist amulet? What's that? Hugo... I don't even know how to say that word. Hugo that they found on the dead drunkard? If it was something evil or forbidden, we sure didn't know. The enforcers just said they were looking for heretics among us, and anyone obstructing their investigation would be punished. But how could there be heretics here? We know our own people. There have been no new faces around. Definitely not. Well, I can't do a good accent to save me here. Definitely not. And if there were, we'd be the first to report them. As for this amulet, whatever it is, they took it off a dead body. There are no cultists still breathing in our sector, that's for sure. But when that fight broke out, some enterprising folks looted the bodies. The boots they came back with, nobody's ever tread these decks and boots so fine, I can tell you that. Seems to me these cultists have better commanders than us. Oh yeah, those boots really were fine. And there was no harm in taking them, right? As for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here. We all worship the Emperor. More work, we bow down before the machine spirits of the large and small transformers and the servo motor. Same way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago by a tech priest who came calling. Believe us, your lordship, we are people of faith. Eve, children, weren't you taught from an early age about the dangers of the arch-enemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them? We were told, Holy Sister, but that was a long time ago. The last time we saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I'd had my third little one. That is regrettable, but you cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of the Holy Fathers. Who will you blame when beasts crawl out of those amulets you stole from the heretics? The Holy Father who was not here, or the scavenger who brought evil down on himself and his neighbors? What changes do you... Would you look at this? The exalted Lord Captain himself is asking us bilge rats what we want. Well, here's what. We want you to rein in your damned enforcers, to quit turning off the heat, and stop battering everything that moves. No, that's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here, and we want to be armed. Give us arms, and we'll govern ourselves. We'll defend ourselves if these cultists do show their faces. I've been the leader of my clan for 20 years now. Getting rid of these club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here. You've gone too far, old man. They'll never let the maggots on the lower decks live without the enforcers breathing down their necks. They'd probably even insist on enforcers on the upper decks, too. As for weapons, what do we need them for? Before the first day's out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbor out of stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. If the enforcers stop hassling us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultist bodies, and we'll talk to them, one lower decker to another. If there are any more of those damned amulets about, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves. You speak for yourself and your clan, and I'll speak for me and mine. I don't want empty gestures, I want real change. They'll promise us the world now, but as soon as the Anointed One turns his back, these brutes will be on us even harder than before, all because we dared to speak up. I'm gonna go with, let's see. Origin. Spreading anarchy on the ship is the first step toward embracing chaos. Putting weapons... No, that's not the one I want. Nope, that's not what I wanted either. Hold on, that is one. Hang on. Fine, I give the order for the enforcers to be drawn from the sector, and you will be given weapons. No, I don't like that one either. Coercion. Withdraw the demands, and you will consider the rest. Oh, Nan, listen! Listen! The Lord Captain himself has come down and is offering concessions, and I don't know a single person in the whole of Depot 4 who's ever stood next to the rogue trader, let alone talk to them. Back down. Now's no time for you to be a stubborn old crone. Listen to us, old man. The three clans of Depot 4 ought to act as one. We've made our minds up. It's your turn to decide. Don't ask them to disband the enforcers or give us weapons. We don't need any of that. You two are ganging up on me, is that it? So brave you are against the old woman. But I'll shut up. I will indeed. I won't go against two clan leaders on my own. You want to make peace with the enforcers? Make your peace. That's great. Just fantastic. Lord Captain, we're all agreed. Then it's decided. The persecution will stop, and I will expect you to assist in locating any remaining amulets or weapons left by the cultists. Your lordship, thank you. You have not abandoned us lower deckers. You came yourself and settled everything. I'll tell my grandchildren about this. Of course, your lordship, we'll root out any nasty business faster than the enforcers, and we'll leave no stone unturned. Excuse me. That's it. Stopping unexpectedly, Abelard imperiously dismisses the unit to stand at a distance, addresses your other companion, saying, I have an urgent matter to discuss with the Lord Captain. Please give us a moment. Abelard looks at you, looks at me, his last vestiges of restraint vanish. Well, are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain? You kowtowed to the disloyal rabble. You believed their lies and showed them leniency. Next time the ship is attacked by cultists, that rabble will welcome them in with open arms and allow them to wreak whatever havoc they like. We see you as a weak leader. Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Valancius Protectorate? Let us talk about your role in all this instead. You allowed this revolt to happen. Your actions practically guaranteed it would. I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene. Remember Lord Captain Theodore? You think she ever set one slippered foot on the lower decks? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers. She dedicated herself to grand designs for the Protectorate, as any true strategist and rogue trader ought. Maybe if Theodore had spent more time on trifling, she wouldn't have wound up dead. There's a new Lord Captain of the ship now. I will not repeat the mistake. I commend your decisiveness, but I am uncomfortable with introducing new protocols in the midst of a crisis. And I lost my temper, Lord Captain, and I believe I ought to explain myself. Prosperity of the von Valancius Protectorate is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Navy for the chance to see it flourish. The most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodore's deeds the sign of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds, they create order out of anarchy. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during. So I left behind everything I had known, and everything my family had known had come from a long line of officers, embarked upon this incredibly reckless venture. Lord Captain Theodora entrusted me with all the concerns she had no time to go off on her flagship for long periods, to distant frontiers, where scouting voyages and the advancement of the entire Protectorate rested on my shoulders. Then suddenly, everything that had been built over years and years began to quake, rattling like a flimsy hanger on a seismically active world. One of the senior officers betrayed us all. The rogue trader was killed. Who knows what is happening on the planets? I tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All this has come as a grievous blow to me. Not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. Duty bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you. Find your footing as quickly as possible. To do that, I must insulate you from problems that in the past have been dealt with by tried and tested procedures set out in the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and functioned smoothly for decades cannot suddenly be deemed excess to requirements. Let's see. No, I don't want to do the first one. I understand, but you need to learn how to respect me as your Lord Captain and Rogue Trader. Accept it and start living in the new world. A world where Theodora is gone, and where you and I have new decisions to make. Yes, Lord Captain. Your resolve is admirable. It demonstrates strong leadership. I shall remember this moment, when my old habits ever begin to creep back in. Now, please, let us leave the lower decks. If the rogue trader desires to stretch his legs, there are far more suitable places. Brother, you ain't never lied. Wow, spoken like a true upperclassman. Can we please get back into space? Continuing on to Rycat Philia. Scanning. Oh, hey, look at that. We got a place to go. Yep, we're going to take all our normal peoples.
Over there.
Who are you? Did you come for the planet? Are you reinforcements? Saint's teeth, I thought you would never come. Abelard, teach us riffraff the proper way of addressing her sovereign. Officer! So before you is Liao von Valancius, a rogue trader. Although you are, from what I gather, a subject of another dynasty, you would do well to introduce yourself with the proper decorum. At once, Captain Raquel Vicari, servant of House Winterscale and the pilot of this shuttle. It is an honor to meet. Excuse me. It is an honor to be greeting His Lordship von Valancius. Tell me about this planetoid. The only settlement on Rycat Philia is a penal colony. Prisoners work in the mines and the domed quarries. They mine sulfur, serum dust, and sand, which is then melted down. A rather nondescript place, or so it was prior to current events. Happened. been a prison riot on the planetoid. Sadly, it's being led by the prison warden himself, the Honorable Nathagon Castiglia. I have no idea if I said that right. He has allied himself with the rabble that he himself was supposed to watch, and declared Rakati Philia to be independent of the authority of the system's lawful governor. Well, that sounds like treason and heresy. I came here as a shuttle pilot alongside the Honorable Yvain Winterscale, son of Caligos Winterscale, rogue trader, vanquisher of Xenos, forever triumphant over the enemies of humanity. Young Lord Winterscale wished to speak to the warden personally so he could put an end to his lawless treason. He and his escort went ahead and haven't been able to contact them over Vox for a very long time now, which is in blue text, which means there's a reference back to a choice I made earlier that says, I arrived late to Rakati Philia, because I went to the Urak 5. Yvain, one of his distant younger offspring, yes. That's as much as I know about him, which means he hasn't distinguished himself in any meaningful way. Yvain Winterscale has made several diplomatic visits to Iraq 5 on behalf of his father, rogue trader Caligos. The Great Regent would not have granted entry to someone dishonorable, which means, whatever happened in this terrible, malodorous place, we must aid this man of noble blood. The warden himself is spearheading the riot? Yes. No one expected this. Master Castiglia is a nobleman from a respected governor house and a vassal to House Winterscale. All of a sudden he proclaimed that Rakati Philia was now his personal domain, that the prisoners were his subjects, that he would never bow to anyone again. It's pure heresy. I said. Let's see. Why would young... I don't care about that. Is there anything else I should know before I set out? Some of the rebels have holed up in the barracks. I don't know how many, but given this is the only way through to where the negotiations are taking place, I would expect heavy resistance. Please take caution, Lordship. Lord Winterscale's guards mined the entrance so that the rebels couldn't get to the shuttle. Good. I have no more questions. You may excuse yourself, pilot. Your Lordship, I may have a minute of your time. I wouldn't ever have dared to trouble you with a personal matter, but the situation... In any case, have you been to the capital of Rickhead Minoris yet? I wanted to ask if you saw a man there, a communications officer by the name of Jasper. I'm going to remain disdainfully. The woman looks at you for a while longer, eyes laden with sadness. She bows. You can tell by the desperation in her eyes that she is exhausted, frightened, to be off this as soon as possible. Alright, let's go disarm this trap.
Never doubt me.
You know, I forgot. I need and stuff, so... let's see. There is the two-handed blade here. And Bella, you have one-handed blade. I'm gonna second one-handed blade as soon as I find a decent one for you. Then perfect. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, armor. Oh, she needs to keep her breastplate. It's gonna be. Yeah, that's a special armor. Okay. All right, let's move on.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Alright, so this isn't my ideal setup. We have only 2 melee, which is Abelard and Cabela, and then basically 4 ranged attackers. We're gonna have to think about things a little bit differently. I want to swap out Mira for a meleeer. I'll have to wait though. We do have some fighting coming up.
Oh, it's a peculiar thing.
In spite of your years, your body and spirit remain strong. Tell me, Amic Abelar, what do you do to train them?
Well, I spent a lot of time running back and forth after the Lord Captain, for a start.
There's another trap over here. I'm not spotting it.
Is there money to be made?
Hey, there it is.
What's that?
Found it.
I better myself through my service.
I'll make an example out of you.
Ambush.
Your Emperor
Hey.
won't save you. Out of my way!
Oh, he's gonna throw one of those stupid force grenades.
Chaos guides me. I
Brace
serve the
yourself,
ruinous
Avalanche.
powers.
On here, maggot.
I'll brush this off.
One of my favorite things to do with is the lidless stare. Problem is I have to be careful how I hit so I don't kill one of my people.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
He's as good as...
Alright.
Trust me.
Damn it. That was like 3 of them.
Death to the weak. Death to non-believers. Ah! 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 Chaos guides me.
Faith without deed could escape the Emperor's curse. I'll do it. That is not the Emperor's will. Doubt is for the weak.
Oh, that one. That's not shit. I should have.
I'll do it.
Wait.
High momentum.
Will do. No can do. On it. Not this Scryer's job. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Yeah, I love some good overpen.
Mere pain won't stop me.
I did that backward.
I'll make it happen. On it.
I've suffered worse.
Yeah. Time to slaughter someone.
The other side awaits. As honor ordains.
Yeah, I can't use her for her fucking heroic action dealy.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Let's see. Gains the ability to make a number of attacks equal to the weapon's rate of fire. Minimum 2 using weapon attack. I don't get any movement, so that's it. Hey, come on, Abelard. Not gonna be. You're not gonna be either.
There is movement in the Empyrean.
Can't.
I'm bleeding?
My breath.
That's some bullshit.
I'll make sure to return the favor one day.
Out of my way!
Emperor, deliver us!
I am your blade and shield. This goes against the tenets.
God, Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act. I am his will made manifest. Eradicated.
There. Finally, the battle's over. That did not go as well as some of my other engagements in this area have. Crap. We got dead bodies everywhere. Seven, 16.
They fear to look at me because of my appearance. I fear to look at them because of their rotten-colored souls.
Be outside.
If I could see the golden light of the Astronomicon as you see it, Cassia, I would probably go still forever, unable to take my eyes off the radiance of the instant.
I think you would manage. You have different hues of light within you. Crimson. One of them would call you back to this world.
Alright, so we have a kind of a boss fight for this planet. There's about 8 or 10 bad guys in this room, and then there's 3 things like this right here, and we have to kill them. Because every time well, it'll show, we'll probably end up having, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just get into it.
Keep your wits about you.
Told you, Evie. They are hiding so much from us. Arrogant men. Holy brothers and sisters. What have they ever given us? Nothing but a pile of fibs and useless admonitions. But Aurora, she is different. She spoke with me like no one ever had before. She revealed the truth to me, and now I can reveal it to you. Just stop struggling for 1 minute. Oh, we have guests from the Von Valancius ship, I would wager. Evie, my dear, you will have to wait. Do not faint, I beg of you. It's important that you feel everything, including your other eye. The warden's words are suddenly drowned out by a chorus of voices in my head. The entity that still dwells in the recesses of my mind rejoices in a cacophony of cries. This place, it holds great significance for the entity. With the frantic chanting of the voices, I can almost make out words that speak of an ancient grave, one that was opened for it contained a priceless treasure, a most coveted prize that was retrieved by the faithful after a centuries-long. Some stuff about shades. One cool thing I like what they did with Cassie is she sees people's auras, and she sees them as varying colors that can tell whether or not they're truthful or faithful or... see, that pit. There's something special about it, is there not? An item of value once buried there? Tell me, Warden, what was the item? Who took it from here? You were too late, enemy of the truth. This bastion has already fulfilled its great purpose. You will never find the trail of the reclaimed relic that now rests in the hands of the devout. Who's Aurora? Oh, so you've managed to barge in here and interfere with the prophetess' designs without even knowing who she is. But it is too late now. You will never attain sight. All you can do is accept your fate. I do not like it when people take the prophetess Aurora's name in vain. I desire your death, enemy of truth. In that case, I'm ready. Let's go. I will murderize everyone.
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
All of you will bleed!
Me here. Abelard. Let's see. What you done? Here. Here. Magenta. Cassia. Oh, hey, look, Cabela. Yeah, Cabela's next. Go there.
A dance of blades and shadows. Trust me.
Chaos guides me. I serve the ruinous powers.
I'll do it.
Waste him every shot.
Doubt is for the weak.
Was that on purpose?
I'll do it.
That was actually kind of funny. Because Argenta and Adira don't see eye to eye. Oh, that was hilarious. Okay, let's go over here and do some... Ah. Good. This guy's annoying.
Was it you? Or anything else?
Missed.
Here we go.
Stop it!
Death to the weak.
It's worse than this.
Follow my lead. Victory is imminent. It will be done. I took care of this one.
I'll see to it personally.
That takes that.
It's as good as done.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. I'm not accustomed to... I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Indeed. At your beck and call.
Death to non-believers.
High momentum.
The undying Emperor whispers his will.
did not work out the way I wanted it to. It was too easy. Too quick. Oh no, I can still move. Hold on.
The shadows will see it done. I will not die in dishonor.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! As the Emperor commands, I act.
But of course. Anything else?
He's got a power sword.
Crush the feeble!
An offering of blood.
It will be done. At your beck and call.
I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally. On it. Never stood a chance.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Victory is imminent.
Chaos guides me.
Whispers called to me.
I shall not fail. Death is a blessing. Trust me.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak.
Will do. On it.
You don't frighten me.
Indeed. It will be done. I will do my duty.
Who if not me? I'll see to it personally.
Miss? Hit it, just didn't kill it. Alright.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. Isn't this a job for the another foe painted black? If I may.
At your beck and call.
Damn it. I didn't mean to kill him so early, because I was trying to avoid him going back to full health and being regened over there. Oh well.
Out of my way!
Deliver us!
I bring mercy and retribution. As the tenants demand.
High momentum.
As the Emperor commands,
There it goes. Okay, it's dead. We can kill
power
this guy.
resides in the will of the righteous. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Come on, hit him at least once.
I'll do it.
It's not.
Will do. But of course. Was that you? Or...
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. It will be done. Victory is imminent. I'm not interested.
It's as good as done. On it.
Not as heavy. Oh, I have a second attack.
I'll see to it personally.
Missed it.
Me? It's not that you exist, Lord Captain.
Chaos guides me!
I will leave footprints of scarlet. No. Trust me.
Doubt is for the weak.
Nice shot, Argent. Nice shot. I don't believe we've been properly introduced. Yvain Winterscale of Koronus. Oh, greatly pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm not reading that. But yeah, he's a cool guy according to her. Lady Cassia, I presume, sacred child of House of Celio, how graceful and honored. I find myself not at best. No, let's see. I will see to it that assistance is provided. Your pilot will take you to Governor Medina. What have they done to you? The warden, friend, tried to convince him to stop the riot. Diplomacy. And his father hates diplomacy, which is why I had to try. I think I'm just gonna finish him off. I'm a criminal. Would make sense for me to do that, right? No. Let's see. Yeah, let him go on his own. Okay. We've leveled up 6 to level 7. Tactical knowledge and tech use. Tactical knowledge. What does that give me? Removes 1 exploit from each enemy in a 5-cell radius around a point within 10 cells of me. There's only 1. Operative removes all exploits from that allied gain. And when I say tech use. Right? Abelard. Level 7. Weapon skill and fleet combat training. When the Navy officer scores a critical hit or successfully parries an attack with a primary melee weapon, they immediately make an attack, whichever cost, with a secondary weapon against that same enemy. Cool. Dira. Not for long. 7. Biomancy and awareness. Ooh, excuse me. Agility and litany of hatred. Whenever the Ministorum priest uses War Hymn or Furious Recital for 1 round, the priests themselves and their ally 5-cell radius deal plus so much more damage. Cool. Alright, Cassia. 7. Reveal the Light and Eye of Oblivion. Reveal the Light is a really adds 22 willpower and toughness to the. It's actually 10 plus 2 times the navigator's willpower. 10 plus double the willpower. Saint. Eye of Oblivion. Eye of Oblivion. Every enemy the navigator has in their sight has its dodge and hit. More math. Navigator's perception bonus. And lastly, Cabela. If you got at 7, you've got weapon skill and Blood Rush. Whenever the Blade Dancer uses an ability that costs wounds, they gain 3 movement points in the current turn. Okay. Let's see what we've got on the bodies here. X's. Your eye is drawn to the shards of the enormous lens scattered around the broken device. At first, you are uncertain as to what troubles you, but suddenly the realization hits you. The glass shimmers in a unique way, just the same way as the shards of the unknown broken object you found near Theodore von Valancius' desk the other day. The one that I believe I told the one of the bridge officers to shove out an airlock or something. What's the matter, Lord Captain? Why are you so interested by the Imperial Saints? It cannot be. I see it too. Whatever that thing in her study was, it was made from the same material as this junk. That implies, by the way, that Lord Captain Theodore was dealing with some heretical bullshit. Just throwing it out there. Discussion about it. Some people believe that she was heretical, some are not so sure. And then people supporting her, they're going back and forth, blah blah blah, and then I have to say nothing. I'm not gonna say it. Oh yeah, it's coming up. And what does he have? He has something cool on him. I don't remember what. Oh, it's an officer's sword or something. Slice last. Noble sword. That's 7 to 20. So we got. Okay, everything here. Look at weapon. I don't need a sword. He's got 7, 12, 18. You've got 6 to 9. 6 to 9. You've got your Good weapons. 8 to 10. 7 to 9.
Let us not dawdle.
Let's see. We'll tell her the rebellion has been crushed, and we have news of her lord. Lord Winterscale alive? Is he all right? He is safe in one piece. He's alive but badly wounded. I recommend that he be taken to Rycat Minoris for treatment. Done. Blah blah blah. I have no more questions. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Over the past few days, I have received several messages from decks complaining about anomalous behaviors, ship's cogitators, and servitors. The machine spirits are restless and rebellious, and no tech litany or ritual of pacification can rid them of this obstinacy. Tech priests can deal with the vessel's systems, but the servitors, they make errors in their tasks, disobey orders, change assigned rituals, or sometimes downright freeze as in trance. Lord Captain, occurrences such as these are caused by errors in cogitator calculations or have some other sensible explanation. I beseech you not to take after those who whisper about the ship being cursed or... Here we go with that BS again. Oh, excuse me. Technomads expect servitors included, yep. Okay, we are done here. Now we go to the unidentified void ship. Alright, what we have here, Lord Captain, is not very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up in there on purpose. It's not like I am surprised. The thing is more scrap heap than ship at this point. Somebody sure went to town on it. We are registering critical damage to the hull and depressurization of several compartments. Oh, there is an incoming transmission now. Yes, do not require... Repeat, do not require assistance. I'm not gonna read all of that. Alright, we're not ignoring it. We're gonna establish communication. Connection established. Unknown vessel receiving. Identify yourselves. Repeat, identify yourself. Some jibber jabber on the other end. More jibber jabber on the other end. This is the Thunderfang, a merchant vessel. Merchant vessel. Of course they are. Damn my stupid head. Where did I hear this name before? Thunderfang. I'm gonna say, damage report on the unknown vessel. Oh, excuse me. Telemetry shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by the guns of a combat ship. Several compartments are leaking air. The bridge has been almost completely obliterated. 2 of the engines are critically damaged. Somebody gave them a thrashing so solid they barely managed to... Thunderfang, why can we not identify you? I don't know. What if... Certainly not. Let's see. Vessels badly damaged. Damage is preventing correct identification. We assure you something. Main gun, on my order, fire. Your lordship, please restrain your anger. The void ship has a spacious hull. Perhaps they would be willing to establish trade relations. Let us at least find out who they are before you smite them with your righteous fury. Fine, Danrock, have it your way. Main gun deck, belay that order. God Emperor, bless your wisdom. Let's see. Your vessel's badly damaged. What happened to you? Bunch of squiggly sounds. A pitiful excuse about getting blasted by somebody unknown. Stop playing games and explain again. Happy now, what have you done? Something. We are from the Fellowship of the Void. We did not come here to loot. We're on different business to help our own out of jail. Do not hurt. Something's Koronus clean. Yep. And then Ravor says, in case you are unaware, Lord Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozen pirate factions in the Expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they sometimes have vox conversations with those whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat a salvo from the macro cannons, shake the scum loose from the decks. They certainly did. High factotum generis Danrock, it's a different line. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you. Although moral aspects of their livelihood do cause some awkward questions, Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods in the market. Perhaps you will find dealing with them acceptable, especially in a situation where performing a warp jump is possible. Thunderfang, prepare for commercial exchange. So here we look and we see all the things that we can trade. That will be 650 to our reputation, so we'll have 50 out of 500. Not enough to go up a level. Cool thing is we can buy everything that we have enough profit factor for. Our profit factor was like 12, I think. We can buy this camouflage robe to melt. Nobody really can use the flamer right now, except I think Argenta, but I'd rather her use that bolt gun that she has. So we'll get the heavy leather armor, get the camouflage robe. I don't know if I need more meltas, but it can't be bad. Let's close that. Go back in our inventory. Armor. Pretty sure he can wear this. Improvement over was wearing. Speaking of wearing items, we have one piece of chainmail. I'm taking it. Maybe not. Improved body glove. Take that. Gira. Got flak. We have flak. You're wearing body glove. There's all this. Genta, would you? $30. Here, you wear the chain. Cassia, what are you wearing? You're wearing flak chest plate, and you're wearing your special. Alright, I think this is, I wanted to get into Rykad Minoris, but that's like, that content is actually going to take probably the whole of the time that we have left. Not to mention there's stuff that's going to happen as we're closer. So I think this is a good time to end the stream for the evening. And when we come back next week, probably Tuesday, we can pick it up from there, and we will spend the bulk of the next session working on clearing. So that is it for us here tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you have, please consider smashing on the likes and sharing and subscribing. All the buttons, just smash them. Whether you're watching this live in stream or watching the recorded video on either way, if you enjoy what you're seeing, let me know. Also, tell me what kind of builds you're running with your Rogue Trader Captain character. That's what I meant to say. And tell me what you think maybe I should change up if it was up to you. I'm probably going to stay with my plan, but always curious to see what other people are doing. I know Rev Everett, who is our resident Lord Captain for our Rogue Trader group, has... I don't remember numbers now, but I know when he played this game, he got some like triple digits, if not larger. Triple digit critical hits. Probably by about mid-game, I think. But again, I don't remember specifics. Anyway, but that is it for us here tonight. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the show. Stay safe out there. This world is a crazy this world is a crazy dark place. So make sure you're doing what you got to do to take care of you. And as for me and mine, we are out of here. See you next time.